Okay, so where were we at? Oh yeah, fear and paranoia, weren't we? Okay. So the time index is 10:17 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. It is still Friday, the 20th of July, 2023, the Weaver Regency of Rosamond, California, the armpit of the Antelope Valley, and squished between two air bases. So, part three on this one for the alien situation. You got me rolling on this one, Art from Recovery, where I'm going to be giving you the credit for all of this. But I had this coming up inside of me anyway, but I'm still going to give him the credit anyway. What the hell? Normally, my channel is dealing with misery and depression and sometimes politics and maybe a little bit of mania. So this is going to be the extreme mania at this point over here. And I'm not apologizing for anything and everything I'm saying on these videos. I take full responsibility for my actions. I'm responsible for it. I'm accountable to it. I'm transparent. And if you don't like it, I'll put up a cloaking shield to protect myself. Fear and paranoia, boys and girls. Let's just say that we actually had aliens being in disguise of human beings, somehow trying to convince our congressional leaders that they came in peace. Are they going to be leaving in pieces? Are they going to be leaving out in whole persons? Or are they going to be laughed at and scoffed at because of what they've said? The thing of it is, as I said before in my other two videos, the aliens have to be careful on this one. They got to deal with us with fear and paranoia because we're dealing with ourselves with fear and paranoia at this point, okay? We exploded each other, we don't like each other, but we're trying to get along with each other somewhat, if we're lucky enough. We got this us versus them. And it's going to be us with our own egotistical minds, our megalomanias at work. We are ego driven and we are pride driven. So if we happen to deal with life from outer space, finally coming down here, either trying to do a Michael Rennie on us or worse. And if they happen to did do a Michael Rennie on us, how the hell are we going to be able to react to that? Now, of course, I made a suggestion about them using every form of communication that they have, electromagnetic range, that we could try understanding, such as screwing up with our internet, screwing up with our radio, our video, our streaming, our cell phones, our pads, something that generates or actually receives information like that, even audio, and announcing to the world who and what they are and give us a detailed accounting. And then maybe, if they're going to be taking an absolute chance, the absolute insane idea of the chance, and just boldly saying, I'll take your questions now. How the world's going to be reacting to that, especially when they have put a drop ship and put it in a place where we're going to be looking at it and we're going to be studying this damn thing like crazy. We're going to have the military surrounding the damn thing, ready with our fear and our paranoia to blow it to hell. In our own stories, in our own ways of creating them, we are still projecting our fear of the unknown in every way, shape, or form, and how we're supposed to be dealing with it, how we're supposed to be reacting to it, in any way, in every way, shape, and form. That's how it is right now. We've got artificial intelligence, or AI as they call them, being used. Is that going to be influenced or not? Will it be either crucial to us or a detriment? I'm not saying we should go back to the dark ages at this point over here and hide behind the caves and deal with the shadows as reality, because we're still dealing with that concept right now. We can still walk in the daytime, we're still in the shadows, because we still have that in here. We have to understand, and I hope to God the aliens are listening and watching this stuff. I kept saying tread carefully, tread carefully. But don't lose any optimism that you might have concerning about humanity at this point over here, trying to be better than itself. Our fear, our paranoia, Our own damn egos are going to be the death of us, one way or another. But we still have to be driven by hope. We still have to be driven by faith. We still have to be driven by something more positive inside of us instead of the self-destructive, narcissistic energies and thought patterns we keep existing with. We have to have something of an anathema to it. In order for us to keep stepping beyond the Earth's atmosphere and going into space and then seeing what really is out there. Who knows? We may even encounter something that's going beyond space at that point. Well, that scared the hell out of us. A lot of science fiction fans will be, yeah. They like the idea, but until the reality kicks in. Are they going to be able to deal with that one too? Are we going to be able to deal with something like that that's totally beyond ourselves? Someone trying to, or something trying to communicate with us in a one way or another that may be safer for them but beneficial to us or drive us nuts at the same time? There had been reports and there had been stories and media done about this one where aliens are using mental influences one way or another, maybe a dreamscape or something like that. Or maybe if we meditated long enough, we would drift our consciousness above our bodies, actually our life force basically, if we understand it, into another realm. Heaven's Gate back in the 90s, almost 2000s, but I think in the 90s at that one. It was based out in Southern California, right in San Diego territory, outskirts of it. This compound was going to be delivering its, I don't know, a few dozen people, maybe less than that, into the hands of aliens as a comet flies by. We had a comet. I get more details on this damn thing, but I'm going by memory right now. And the comet was supposed to be carrying the souls of these people to the aliens and to wherever. They all committed suicide. They all committed suicide and freaked people out left and right. They were already nuts enough when they isolated themselves left and right. But the thing is, was we kept looking at it as a cult situation. Now, to this day, people have no understanding except what our belief systems are concerning about the energy level inside of ourselves. That still continues to exist, even if the mortal coil that we keep existing in dies out. And it will. It always does. We can try doing ways to prevent it. We can try doing ways to extend a life in order for a more meaningful existence in our shortened lives. We have to realize that there's a lot more things beyond than what we can comprehend or experience, but we can talk about it a great deal without going through it. But if we did, would it be enhancing us, or would it be scaring the living crap out of us and shortening our lives? We've made a lot of films, as I said before, fear and paranoia. We have made films about finding the aliens, capturing them, doing stuff with them, or just trying to keep them under wraps. Are they out there? A lot of people for decades have been trying to tell Congress about that one, and still it goes one ear out the other ear. And some people are going to be gullible enough to listen to it and say, yeah, they're out there. I can just provide testimony, but you don't have the proof. No, but I can provide testimony, but you don't have the proof. The proof is out there under the government, man. But we don't have access to the damn thing, and neither did you. So all you got is a word against the government system. So what now what? So now what? Well, now we do the congressional shit, and they don't find anything. And that's all the conspiracy government. That's all the proof we need. No, it isn't. Because I would be challenging the congressional on this one. And this one will be addressed to both aliens and our Congress of the United States of America. Without proof, without communications, without documentation of the said communications, we ain't got shit. All you got is a word of idiots. They've been part of a project. Okay, fine. Had they been documenting things? Had they been writing things up, pictures, something? Verbalization doesn't work it. You've got to provide the proof. And if you can't provide the proof, you ain't got squat. So what do we do now? If the Congress can't get the proof out of the U.S. government systems or other world governments of the existence of aliens, then all they got is conspiracy theories, and all I got is just words. But they don't have the proof. What would have been better as proof is if we actually had forms of communication documented, understood, translated. If we actually had something tangible. And this is kind of hard for people to understand. Without that kind of level, we can only play our head games so far before we actually understand what it all means. And I myself am turning out to be one of those kind of skeptics. I tried to be a believer as I was a young kid, being an isolated bastard. I lived in those kind of worlds in my head, trying to deal and trying to cope with reality here as it is, with life and everything else. I get older, I get more skeptical. The only thing I understand is pretty surely I'm going to be gone. And what's left of me is whatever I leave behind in videos and audio recordings and whatever physical items I actually had left behind, including pictures that I actually existed. Now, concerning about the forms of alien communications or if aliens are actually here, my thing is, and here's the thing I'm going to be pointing this one out here too. If the aliens already understand that they've already been here and dissected like crazy, how come they haven't gone back to get the damn bodies or their technology? Put up warning signs around the solar system to avoid us like the plague. Looked at the Voyagers and Pioneers and shot them to hell. Why haven't they declared war on us? Are they that crazy? Are they that crazy enough to get enough information on us? How we are, how we were? How we're currently acting and reacting towards other people? What do they want? Why haven't they talked to us about this one here? Why haven't they put up a quarantine on us and tell us to keep us here until we're going to behave? Send out another Michael Remy with his saucer of the Gort and tell us what's up. Of course, up to the reaction of that one is either we're going to listen to it or we're not going to listen to it. And do I understand? I've got more questions about this one sometimes. And growing up, I was trying not to have this kind of questions. I was trying to keep an open mind, but I'm getting more and more skeptical. I'm getting more and more sanguine about it. I'm getting more and more chagrin about it, actually. If the aliens were that smart, they'd stay the hell away from us. They keep silent until we're ready actually to go out into deep space, and then maybe they'll meet us out there and try to get some clarification about us poor ass humans. Maybe they are afraid and terrified that we'll turn them into sushi and use them. We'll eat them. We'll take the alien corpses and turn them into damn sushi pieces. We'll use their alien ships, figure out how much technology they got, figure out the principles of the damn thing. It'll take us about, I don't know, maybe a few decades or more than that. And then we'll go out there using their technology, using ships and materials that we mined out of this asteroid belt, throwing up space colonies whenever we can. And then we'll go out in space and scare the living crap out of the universe and say, here comes the human race. Of which I'll have a galactic answer for that one. A nearby star turns into a black hole and starts sucking our planets into it. Slurp, suck, burp. Bye bye, humans. Cosmic's answer to how to deal with the human race: shove them in a black hole, squeeze them into the quantum or subquantum realm, and then we're non existent. Yeah, I can make all the damn jokes I want on this damn thing, or actually make those kind of observations. Because quite frankly, it's going to be up to these guys. Not up to us poor humans, but up to the damn aliens out there, to those beings out there, and whatever form or function they have. If they're going to do the space travel, it's going to take them generations to get over here. I don't even know why they would do that in the first place, unless they actually figured out a full space and time and have those kind of instantaneous jump drives. And if they actually have that, wouldn't that be a coup for the human race? It could be either a good thing that we capture them alive and not kill them, not putting them up in cages because of fear of war. We've already had enough fear and paranoia about ourselves causing war in each other's nations here, but an intergalactic war, we've made stories about it, we've laughed about it, we've joked about it. We paid millions of dollars and billions of dollars actually for representations. But how we're going to be able to deal with it when it happens? It's a procedural that has to be done cautiously, one step at a time, because there's ways of screwing this up. And we have to be damn sure what we're doing. Otherwise, we are FUBAR. Fouled up all beyond our recognition. Of course, I meant something more grosser than that. And even if we had communications with the aliens, I suppose mine is going to be like, this is the voice of whoever the hell it is. I speak to you, Earth person, Earth man, Earth being, Terran. What do you call yourself? Human? My character name in this realm that I still exist in is called John Cameron Weaver, and I exist in a community called Rosamond, California, United States of America. A little town, about 20,000 people, more or less, next to an airbase, a military airbase. I coming from this location. Wow, you're in the neighborhood, aren't you? What the hell are you doing out here? What do you mean? We are studying you. I'm like, oh my god, are you that deaf? Are you that dense? My god. What do you mean, Earthman? Well, what I mean here is we are having issues with our own damn political, social nature over the God knows how long we've had our human race going on. We still haven't been able to actually be a member of the cosmos as we keep trying to think we're going to be. And the problem is, with our differences of opinions, our character traits, our wants, our desires, our own megalomania is going inside of our heads at this point. Our own thoughts and our own misconceptions of how alien life is and how the universe and everything else is. Confronting a reality of dealing with you guys on a one-on-one basis, should scare the living crap out of us. Or we would be acting probably as barbaric as possible by hearing you guys out, blow your ship up, or salvage it somehow. But if we were actually mature enough, we would have a conversation, a dialogue of ideas and stuff. Is that how you see yourself and communicate with yourself, Earthman? You want to keep calling me Earthman? Might as well just call me by my name, John, or just Weaver. Why would I do that, Earthman? All right, alien, you're going to be that insulting concerning about situations. Here's more lessons we still got to learn with each other, how to deal with each other on a civil matter. What if I don't like to be a civil matter? Well, guess what? Schmuck. Are you calling me your Earth colloquial names? No, I'm just identifying you as a horse's ass in a Yiddish term, if you understand about any of us in our language and our idioms and how we use language effectively in one form or another with people. And what form did you want us to use on you, Earthman? Well, let's see, if you happen to blast my particular place out of orbit here, or just, you know, disintegration beams or anything else like this, and why would we want to do that, Earthman? Well, if in case you want to be hostile about situations, or if you want to be nice about situations, we wouldn't be insulting each other. What would you call yourself? My name is incomprehensible because your tongue will not be able to pronounce the syllables necessary. All right, alien. You just called yourself an alien. Let's stick with that one. So, how's things going with you? I do not understand. Well, how's your day been so far? My day. Oh my god, we still got to get you guys up to speed on this shit, don't we? What are you saying, Earthman? When we talk about things like how are things are going with you, we are trying to see and trying to establish a form of communication, unlike the one we've got right now here, and how we're analyzing each other. If they're having a good day, if they're having a bad day, if they had things happening with them that makes them happy, or things that pleased them, or maybe something of a mood that they are expressing, that they are not feeling depressed, sad, angry, or anything else, but just enjoying life. Sometimes we like hearing about that because maybe our own experiences in that particular moment of time and space is the most absolute miserable thing we've ever been through, and we have to endure whatever's happening because it's not pleasant for us to deal with. Catch the drift? I understand, John. My day has been productive. Has your day been productive, John? For the most part, we're having a nice productive conversation here with each other, and I'll call it a good start. We're experiencing a lot of extreme temperatures that are increasing because of the weather changing on us left and right. The climate has been affected a great deal, and human activity on these things. We still don't have a grasp or a handle on how to really manipulate the weather system to where we can actually live comfortably. Right now, we have just destabilized ourselves throughout the decades. So, we're going to be having more and more extreme weather where temperatures are going to be increasing to a point where biological creatures won't be able to exist or survive. Why are you doing this? Oh. And notice this, boys and girls, if you're still watching the video right now, is how I'm trying to have a conversation with possibly an alien who over here. I'm just trying to emulate a conversation, a potential conversation here. Why? And the conversation will go in some other length. We'll be talking about things happening with human conditions. But this is the thing concerning about we're going to be dealing with UFOs, unidentified freaking objects, or freaky objects, I'll call them. Hell with the damn flying situation. We used to call them flying, unidentified flying objects. No, I'll call them unidentified freaky objects. I'm not using our new terminology. Screw that noise. But you get what I'm saying here, guys. You understand what I'm trying to explain here. The dynamics we're going to be dealing with life forms out there is crucial because we got to know how the hell to deal with ourselves a little bit better right now as it is. Well, if we can't do that, we're not going to be able to have a nice, intelligent conversation with the aliens out there. Because if they actually studied us a hell of a lot more, and I hope to God they have, then maybe they're knowing how to tread lightly because we sure as hell don't. With that,